Alright, hey guys, what's up? 8 Brian, I'm back once again after another one of my long hiatuses with, I want to say flea market pickups and catch-ups, thrift store finds, but it's not really so much flea market. This is kind of mainly all thrift store and consignment shop finds, because with the whole COVID thing, I'm still not going out as much as I used to. I only go out to stores that I trust, that I feel kind of safe, that are small, little thrift stores and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like I can control my environment and stuff like that. But, I've still found a lot of cool stuff over the past 3 months. Everything is pretty much shop local except for one little thing that I got off of eBay, which I'll show near towards the end. Nothing big, but still something that it was cool that I wanted to add to my collection. I do have a really big surprise for my find of the month, or find of the months. I guess I should start calling them from now on. At the end, so definitely hang around till the end to check that out. So we'll start as I usually start. We'll check out some miscellaneous finds that I kind of don't know how to categorize, weird stuff that I pick up along the way. And one of my favorites that I guess I'll start off with, just because it's such a cool series, is Spoon! And if you're wondering why the hell I'm saying Spoon, it's because I picked up these two awesome Tick comics here. This is Tick number 1. I believe this was the second printing. And this was such a great cartoon series on the Fox Kids network, as well as an awesome independent, kind of anti-superhero, mock the establishment type of comic series that came out in the very, very late 80s and early 90s. And on the back there, you got so many great superheroes and villains like Chairface and American Made and everything. And just such an awesome, awesome, wacky series. Like, most people don't really realize about the Tick, like, as goofy as he is. Oh, here's the second one, too. That's the annual one. They're really cool, really fun reads. But he's actually, like, a mental patient that escaped, so it makes it kind of dark, and, like, you don't know if a lot of his adventures really happen, or if they just happen in his head, like, in, like, the mental asylum with all these other, patients. Otherwise, why would there be such crazy heroes, like, that's not really a power, like American Made or Chairface? Like, or is it just people that crazy that to them it's like a reality, and that's what makes it great? Like, what's his name, Arnold or whatever? Like, he's a moth. Who would be a moth? But, like, that's what makes it great. That's what makes it Tick awesome, and I love it. So yes, Spoon. And another cool comic that I picked up. This is the second one I have now in this series. Not necessarily valuable or anything like that, but cool because you just don't see it, and it's good if you're filling a collection. This was another Monster in My Pocket comic. This is the number 1. I believe I had either the number 2 or number 3 before. And just some really great artwork there. And, really fun if you're a Monster in My Pocket fan, which who wouldn't be? They were great toys in the 80s. Anything that's like those little mini muscle figures, all that kind of stuff. They were just great to collect. So, awesome and cool to have a comic representation of that. Like with my Battle Beast collection, there's a Battle Beast comic out there that I would love to get my hands on. I generally only see it on eBay. Price fluctuates wildly from like $10 to $50. So I'm just kind of waiting for the right moment to see when I can get it for a good deal. But I'm a huge Battle Beast fan. I would love to add that to my collection one day. So also some other interesting random stuff. I picked up these guys. I think they were $2 a piece. And if you guys remember who these are the Potato Head Kids. And they kind of remind me of, like, the little McNuggets that you used to get in the McDonald's Happy Meals. They're kind of styled off of Mr. Potato Head. And this is kind of a cash-in on, like, the whole Muppet Babies thing, when everybody was doing, like, the same franchise, but, like, when they're, like, babies, or, like, I don't know, that was just a thing for some reason. But they were kind of fun, and they're kind of cool. You can, like, take their hats off, and their feet off, and like you can like interchange, like you can take a hat off of this guy, like this dude here with a slingshot, and like you can switch them up, and I think some of them had different colored feet or something like that. So yeah, they're kind of fun. And alrighty, so we got those, and oops, got the wrong hat on the wrong guy there. And now these two are cool. Never seen anything like this before. I'm a huge Batman the Animated Series fan, and these are two DC Comics plush Batman the Animated Series plush figures. Of course, we have the classic animated series Joker and the Riddler, and like their bodies look really weird, like especially the Joker, like looks like really buff, and just I mean, look at those feet. And but I mean, other than that, they look really cool. This was really rare and different. It's not really worth a lot because they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards. Like everybody's seen the trading cards before, but these were different because these, as you notice up at the top, they say Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. And so why that's important, why that's different, is because the Teenage Mutant Hero brand was a brand you only saw released in like Ireland and the UK and Canada. So you don't see very much stuff like that in America branded Teenage Mutant Hero. Because over in the UK, they felt back in the 80s and 90s that the term ninja was just too violent. So, they were already kind of, they are heroes to begin with. So I can see what they were going with there. But, so you just don't see a lot of stuff that says the mutant hero names. That was unusual to see and to pick up. And this was pretty cool too. This is a prototype, which I looked up. Prototype Ultraman figure. He's very posable. You can like move his knees. You can move the feet. I think he was 89 or 90, I want to say. Actually, older than that, I believe. I think it says 86. This is much older than it lets on. And you can pose him in a lot of cool different ways, like like battle poses and stuff like that. And then he has the cloth suit and everything. And I'm a huge Godzilla and Ultraman fan. Unfortunately, the one arm I had to re-glue back together here so it doesn't bend at the elbow, but everything else works. And he's a really nice quality figure because you always see those resin plastic Ultraman figures that don't move. And this is nice. This is nice and different. I think that's really cool. And then this, I was almost going to save for one of my finds of the month. And I guess that you could probably call it that, or finds of the whatever now, because I'm not sure as heck not doing these pickups every month anymore. But is a Karate Kid Daniel-san. Check that out. Now he's missing his robe, but still I got him for like $2. And again, like most of the stuff I picked up was like $1 or $2 each. Very, very cheap. And this is an incredible find. I already have the Mr. Miyagi figure that I picked up for like $3 or $4 a couple of months ago, or like 50 cents, really dirt cheap. And he does have his robe. And the cool thing about this little figure is that like he does a whole lot of different like action stuff. Like he does like a karate chop, and then he does like a karate kick, of course. I mean, of course he's going to do karate. He's the Karate Kid. And then you put his arm up like this, and check this out. If you turn him like that, and then you press the button here at the back. Oh, come on. Work. Wait, I'm hitting the wrong button. And then like he turns around. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. He turns around and does like a swinging karate chop. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But how cool is that? And this, just even loose by himself, he's like anywhere from $22 to $30 figure. So for $2, that's a score. That's awesome, and he's definitely a rare figure to find, especially the whole play set where he has like the training combat log and everything. That's some really rare stuff to find right there. And this was I think $8 or $10, and it's a Super 7 Hordak. So nothing super special about my Super 7 Hordak, but you know, still cool. I mean, the Super 7 series, they've done a phenomenal job on making the figures, you know, just redoing them and making them look like the original figures, you know, with the art on the back. And you guys know I'm very into the whole new Motu Origins stuff that's coming out and has been coming out the past year. And but just the look of this is it's so much better. Like I like the Motu Origin stuff, but this is so nice. Like you don't even see like you know the new for 20 thing up in the logo. You can barely make out the Super 7, you know, on the back, and everything just looks so good. And for eight bucks, you know, it's like it'll never be worth any money, but it just looks cool to display instead of you know spending like $150 to $250 for a real you know mint on card Hordak. So next I got some other little random things too. These are cool. These are kind of like in my Transformers robots type section, we'll say. And first, let's see. First, I got this cool little GoBot. Unfortunately, I did drop the poor little dude, so some of his paint kind of chipped. He was like 50 cents. I don't remember his name, but he's really cool. He's like this little red Countach Lamborghini. And he's missing the back tires, which on these things, that's totally to be expected. You know, after 20 to 30, 35 years. Again, like I said, he was only 50 cents. He got the nice little silver spoiler. The red paint job still looks pretty good, even after his nasty little tumble. And then we'll transform him here, which I always like to joke around. GoBots take all of like 2 seconds to transform. But I still love me some GoBots. I grew up with these things growing up. And he's really cool, I think. Just the bright red and like that instrument panel and the green eyes with the silver face. Like, this is like the textbook definition when you look in a dictionary and like you see a robot. Like, that's the textbook definition right there of like a 1980s robot. And he just looks really cool. So, like, probably one of my favorite GoBots that I've just found ever. Just really, really neat. And then this I picked up at another store that I go to a lot. This is like a little party favor or something you would have picked up at like a convenience store back at the... This looks like it was 90s. I would guess this is like 92. But it's like a little party favor, and it's a little Optimus Prime knockoff. And it's like a bubble blower or like a whistle or something. Like there's these things up there which they never bend right. And like, you know, you blow into like the other end there. And just like a little cheap party favor. But you can totally tell it's like an Optimus Prime knockoff, which is just really cool. Like even on the back, it looks like the back of his cab, like with the trailer, the way the plastic's molded. And I really want to see if I can get that up really nice and close so you guys can just really see the face there. That's totally just a rip-off of Optimus Prime. But very cool. And I think he was like $5, but I was like, that's still really interesting. I was like, maybe $3. I don't remember. But it just, I'd never seen anything like that. You see tons of these GoBot ones. Like, I have a GoBot one like right the heck next to me. And like you see these all the time, and that one actually just kind of worked. I'm surprised. There you go. Yeah, they do like that. So they blow like bubbles, I think. Yeah, there you go. I've never actually gotten one of these stupid things to transform right before. So maybe that's what he does too. I don't know. Let's try. They always stick. I'm always afraid I'm going to break the darn things. I really don't want to like break them on camera. I would feel absolutely terrible. Like he wants to move, but just something is stuck. Come on, Optimus, transform. Use your last bits of energon. Oh, there we go. He did. He listened. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, it's totally a little bubble wand blower. I've had these things for years. I never knew that was like how they transformed. I thought it was like just some dumb whistle or something. But yeah, there you go. So, neat, weird, crazy, cool. I guess, maybe not. You tell me. And then in the same vein of robots and robots, found myself a nice little RoboCop. And this is, I don't remember the name. He's like Team Assault or jetpack, some nonsense RoboCop, and he's got the cool jetpack on the back, and he's got the assault rifle here. It's pretty complete. I think I paid like $8 for him or $6, which isn't bad, seeing as he's complete. Well, 95% complete. I believe he's missing another gun, and then his other hand would come off here, and he would have like another attachment that you could put in there. And then I'm working on cleaning out the battery terminals, because he has a little spot in his chest right there, that little button, and it looks like his eyes would light up. I don't know if he would talk. Looks like he might make a noise because there's a vent in his midsection there, so he might make like sound effects and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. I'm not a huge RoboCop fan because most of it just looks the same, but I do like the series and like picking it up when I see it. Another really wacky but cool thing that I found too is this. These are called, let's see, the Tootsie Toy Trackmasters. And this is by Tootsie Toy. You don't usually see them in this really large format. You know, they make a lot of like the metal cars and stuff like that, the die-cast cars. But check this out. This is a Model T, I think, or Model A? Yeah. Modified Ford Model T, like dragster. And you know, you guys know I love like Rat Fink and all that kind of stuff like that. And just check that out with all the chrome and the big wheels. Really like the green. You know, a lot of people aren't into like these metal toys anymore, like Tonka and that. You know, that whole generation's kind of past. But this I still think is cool because it's just so wicked looking. Like it's missing one little smokestack from the engine, but still really, really cool. And again, 50 cents at a little thrift shop near me that I go to all the time. And moving right along, also this is a bunch of other cool stuff that I got at the same thrift shop. So these I was very surprised and very happy to find. I got all these guys for like, I think like $2 a piece, no more than like $3 a piece. And they're a whole bunch of army ants. So get out, like when do you just see them in a thrift shop? And we got this guy here. He's like a little captain or a little general. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that. They don't have any of their accessories. They do all have their little thoraxes and stuff on them. But I only have like one or two anyway that actually have a backpack or a gun. Like the accessories are really hard to find. We got this other guy that I think is like a deep sea diver. You can mistake him for an astronaut almost, but it's like a little deep sea diver with his flippers on, and then on the back he's got like the oxygen tank and everything. Really fun. This guy, he's crazy. This guy's like a demolitions expert, I guess. Like he's holding like a whole bunch of dynamite. The paintwork on this one's really nice too, like around the belt and everything. And then he's got a whole bunch of dynamite strapped to his back, so he's a little nutcase. I hope that guy's mentally stable. That's a lot of dynamite. And then we got another guy. This looks like he's probably a general or something. Oops, I'm jumping all over the place. He's just very casual, in command, with his handgun and everything, all his medals and ribbons. And these are just such fun little toys. They try to make stuff like this, like in reviews that I do, when I do Snailians and, well, not Snailians, I'm sorry, those Gnomies and stuff like that. They try, but you really can't mimic the originality that so many of these toy lines had back in the day. And this guy, we got this little samurai karate master ant. Really cool. Funny thing is, looks like he's wearing bedroom slippers, though. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, he's totally wearing bedroom slippers. Is he just wearing a robe? Is he just phoning this in? I mean, I know you could say they're like, Japanese, like those, I don't know if they're called tongas or whatever, like those wooden sandals, but no, those are bedroom slippers. He is just straight up wearing bedroom slippers. So I think he's a little whacked in the head. And then this guy, got an orange guy here too. And he's just like squatting down, like looks like he's going under barbed wire or something. I think he would have been a paratrooper because of the where the backpack would have been on his back. So it looks like you could have imagined like he would have like, by parachute came into the battle, joined the battle. I think I like the orange ones the best. They look really cool. And then my favorite army ant I saved for last. Check this guy out. He almost looks like he says something on his shirt, but he doesn't. And I call him, he's Sergeant Slaughter Ant. And how cool is that? 10-inch hood, maggot! He's got the little green hat and his medals and ribbons and all his awards and everything. It's very, very cool. I mean, that green drill sergeant hat just totally makes it very fun. Alright, and then one other thing. Now, I'll save the rest of it for later because I don't want to give it away too much, but just one of my normal finds I picked up, I believe this was, I can never remember the year, like 2011 or 10 or whatever, but a little Lion-O figure. As you guys know me, I love Thundercats, I love Motu, and he's complete. He's got the claw, shield, and the Sword of Omens, when it's not fully extended, and the fully extended Sword of Omens there. And a lot of people have mixed opinions on that series, but I think it's cool. I think it stayed pretty true to the original. Just kind of like the way that they did like the Masters of the Universe, like 2000X series. And a lot of people didn't like that, but I thought that was really well done too. That's a great series. If you guys haven't watched that, I watched the whole thing from beginning to end, and it's a shame. I don't want to give it away, but they end it really badly to where it just, like, the production wasn't finished on it, so you just, like, you're left on a cliffhanger. But other than that, it's a great series. It's just the toy line failed so miserably that they stopped doing episodes, which is a real shame. Next, this was another great find from the same store that I got all those army ants from, and this was crazy. I found a whole bunch of G.I. Joes. Now, as you guys know, I kind of don't even know why I collect G.I. Joes. I still think they're fun, but it's just growing up, like I had a couple of books and stuff, but I never really had any figures. Like, I watched the cartoon, and, like, I liked it well enough. I just, like, the action figures were boring to me. Like, most of them, aside from, like, Sergeant Slaughter or, like Gung-Ho or something, or, like, I don't even remember half of their names, to be, in all honesty. So I know you guys don't crucify me on that. I'm not a Joe head. I collect Joe, but if knowing's half the battle, then I lost, because I know jack about Joe. But I still think the figures are neat. I don't know why. They still look cool. They're still that perfect 3¼ inch size. So most of these are common. And again, you guys, sorry if I'm just saying like him or they or them. Like, most of them I don't know their names. So we got this guy. I know he's common. I see him all the time in his like deep sea suit or outer space suit or whatever, but still looks really cool. And I did look these up, but I forgot all the names. And a lot of them came with like backpacks and like accessories too, so I'm sure some of them are wrong, but hey, I paid like 75 cents, $1.25, $1.50 a figure. So you can't beat that for Joe stuff. Even with a lot of these guys, like the O-rings definitely need to be replaced, and they're flopping around and they can't stand upright. So I got, let's see, 3, 7, I got 10 of these guys, and I think I paid like $7. Oh, this guy I'm ashamed of. I should know his name. I do know his name. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. Driving me nuts. There we go. And this guy, I want to say Peacekeeper or something. Man, I totally knew his name, and now I can't remember the Native American guy. He's cool. I like him a lot. Very neat. some Snow Viper or something from Cobra. Cool design. And then the icing on the cake with these guys, are you kidding me? I found 3 straight arm Joes, like very, very early, 82 and 83, like first run Joes. And even a couple of them with the weapons. He definitely needs a little surgery, but still for $1, like 75 cents each. Like this guy's got his gun. He's totally not going to stand up, so I gotta like hold him. And then unfortunately, her midsection cracked. But can you believe it? A freaking Scarlet. Like what? Like that is insane. That's a super rare and hard to find figure. Let alone just for $1, 75 cents, $1.25. Like that's crazy. So that was a really, really nice haul. And you know, like I said, I'm not the biggest Joe fan in the world, but still, 75 cents to $1. Like, I'm not passing up on Joes that cheap. Nobody should. And in the same vein, I also picked up. This was $5 for the both of them. I picked up this really neat GI Joe walkie-talkie set. How cool is that? These are just fun looking. I just like the logo on there. They're really cool. I don't know, I think Joe has kind of grown on me over the years. I used to not like it as much, but I don't know. I kind of like it more than I used to. And these are fun. They're just fun, goofy walkie-talkies. The one, the top part of the antenna is missing, but still cool. So there's that. And then I think I'm just going to lump all of this in, just because it's all basically the same thing. I'm going to call this next little segment, these are my best finds of the past 3 months. And as luck would happen to have it, my best finds are Thundercats. Yeah, I tried to work that in there. Sorry, I tried. But anyway, we got this guy. Again, sorry, I don't mean to be an airhead. I know the names of this stuff, but when you have a room of like hundreds to thousands of figures, you just can't remember everything all the time. So, sorry, guys. God, it's really driving me nuts because I did know his name. But he was like $7 or like $8 at this new store that I went to. He is missing his sword, but he has like this brass knuckle thing, so he does have like some accessories, and his action figure feature still works good. So, cool. I just bought him because I didn't have him in my collection yet. Oh, and then one thing I forgot with all the Joe stuff. It's not Joe, but also this little Lennard hang glider, too. Totally forgot about that. So, yeah, like a quarter or something. And I know it's not Joe, but it just kind of goes with him. So, sorry to steal the Thundercats thunder there for a second. Yeah, I know. Pardon the puns. And then this, I got a Wily kit on a surfboard, or airboard, or whatever you want to call it. And unfortunately, she is missing an arm, but these were really, really cheap at a really cool consignment store that I go to. All this other stuff, aside from that first Thundercat figure and one other thing, were from that store. So I'm hoping I can find an arm, or at least a close arm, and just kind of glue it on there, because these are really expensive, and for as cheap as I got it, it's like, this is just for my collection. Like, I don't plan on selling this or anything. I also found this really super awesome. I have never even seen one before in my life. I can't even find one on eBay. It is a Buddy L Thunder Tank, which, yeah, check this crazy little thing out. Never seen one of these before. I don't know if it has a year on there. I don't remember. Yeah, 85 looks like it says, which of course would make sense. And yeah, it's missing a few pieces, but I have never, I can't even find a sold listing, anything on eBay for this. And you got the little laser gun on the front that's missing the little front part of the barrel. but still looks nice. You got the really cool stickers, the treads. You have this gun on the back where it looks like there would have been a back hatch that would have covered just like the regular Thunder tank, and you can lift the gun up and like have a little figure back there pretending like they're shooting, you know, at the the mutants and stuff, which just actually looks like it might go with those little Thundercat mini figures, which is really weird. This would actually, because they'd be the perfect height to stand up behind there, so maybe that's what this was originally intended for. And then what's cool too is you can hit this little lever back here and bam, the Thunder Tank roars into action. Check that out with the guns and the teeth and everything. And just wow. Super, super cool. And again, like I said, all this stuff I got for so cheap, it's not even funny. Now, this is the one thing that I did get off of eBay, but I got this for myself. And, well, of course, who else did I get it for? But this is a Burger King Happy Meal Thundercats light switch cover that glows in the dark. And I paid $13 for that, which is pretty cheap because I've seen them go anywhere between $30 or $40. And they're pretty rare, and this actually fully completes my Thundercats Burger King Happy Meal set, which is I actually have a Thundercats Happy Meal box, the Pepsi cup, the lenticular ring with the little Thundercats logo on it, Snarf, and now this is the hardest piece to find, the light switch cover, which I really just want to like put over my light switch because I love glow-in-the-dark stuff, and that's awesome and super, super ridiculously cool. But now I saved the coup de grace for the very, very end, my best find out of the past couple of months. So drum roll, if you please. And that is a Thundercats Moat Monster. Yeah, okay, but just, again, a Moat Monster. Like, are you serious? Are you absolutely serious? Are you serious that I actually found a Thundercats Moat Monster? This is not something you find. Now, granted, it is missing the wings on the back there. They're not that hard to come by, surprisingly enough. But even in this condition, these things go from like anywhere between 200 to I've seen in the upper echelon of like $500. They're just that ridiculously rare. They're very, very hard to find, and I barely paid anything for this. Got it at a super, super great price, and yeah, just crazy. I never in a million years would have thought that I would have come across a Thundercats Moat Monster. So just unbelievable. So this has just been a crazy year for Masters of the Universe and Thundercats. Like the amount of Thundercats stuff that I picked up this year is just insane. And yeah, this is like, I don't know if I'd call this a grail item, but it's definitely semi-grail. This is, to a lot of people, this is a grail piece to put in your collection. So very cool, crazy, just crazy that I ran across that in the wild. Absolutely nuts. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for my pickups. Like I said, mainly thrift store stuff for the past 3 months. And I think that's kind of the way I'm going to be doing my, pickups videos from now on. Until things start to normalize a little bit more. It's just easier for me because I'm not going out as much. And that way I have some stuff built up. And I can show you a bunch of cool stuff, every once in a while. Because, I know you guys are thinking, oh, Brian forgot about us. He's not doing it anymore. You don't know me very well then. I'm always going out and buying nonsense. Always buying comics, toys, all that kinds of stuff. Just the environment changed, so I guess I just have to adapt to it. And it's actually kind of good because I'm not buying so much stuff all at once. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out all my finds over the past couple of months. Definitely make sure to, comment on the Facebook King of Retro page. Follow me at Twitter at 8bytebrian. And definitely talk to me about, everything that's going on with you guys, with your toy finds, and just anything that you feel that you want to see on the channel coming up in the future or in the toy community. So anyway, guys, happy hunting until next time, and I'll see you later.
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8BiteBrian. See you next time.